Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back with the rice bucket behind me, and today we're going to be installing a clutch slave cylinder and as well as a stainless steel clutch line because mine's leaking and it must go. So we're going to swap it today, and it should be pretty fun. So let's go ahead and get started.
Of course I've never done this before. That'd be stupid to have experience doing this before I make a video about it.
I do know the first thing you need to do is probably unplug your battery terminals, but I seem to always just kind of skip that step and move on to the next one. Well, the first thing we need to do is actually locate the slave cylinder, which is going to be under the intercooler. It's going to be down there. So we can't see jackass until we remove the intercooler, so let's go on ahead and get that thing out of the way. Don't mind the hair. I'm going to actually put on my, my headlamp so I can see better, so don't even start judging me. There's that headlamp I was talking about. It's really a lifesaver. You should try it. Alright guys, so I'm going to take my 12mm socket here, start undoing these bolts. It's going to be the same 12mm socket for these two as well for your bypass valve. Ooh wee. There's a little rubber grommet here as well. Usually like to get that off and set it up here. Just crack them loose. Set these screws aside as well. Of course, my car is going to be different than everyone else's. Looks like I have two 11mm bolts, nut and bolt on this side. Probably won't happen on yours. But for mine, I kind of had to, use something else that was laying around because I must have lost the original bolt that goes in there. Alright, get this little rubber grommet out. Bada bing, bada boom. My car actually has the Mishimoto rubber aftermarket fittings, so it's going to be a 10mm to get these clamps off. That's loosened up, and then you're going to have to get one down here. Got my deep socket 10mm. Okay, we can see that it's wiggling around now. I'm just going to kind of feed it off there. Next, let's pull off all of our black hoses here. Pull all these off. Should be the last couple things. Last hoses before you actually are able to pull off the intercooler. Bam! There's gonna be one more on this side. Just like so. Well, hey guys. What a cool angle this is, huh? My goal is to, when I go to pull the intercooler off, I like to get it off the actual turbo inlet here before I start wiggling over here. And just kind of pull to your right. Just pull to your right and you'll have your intercooler off. Might take a little bit more tugging and pulling, but it will come off. Alright, so once we get the intercooler off, you can see right under here, get to everything you need. Kind of frees up the engine bay, gives it some space. This is actually the clutch slave cylinder right here. You can see that it's there's some residue, some brake fluid coming out. So that tells me that there's some type of leak and air is getting in the system. So I'm going to replace that. So I'm going to take my 14mm socket here and break these two bolts here loose. I just got me an extension and a breaker bar just in case. I'm not sure how tight these are supposed to be. That one broke loose pretty easy. Make sure you're even with your pressure. Awesome! Alright, got those bolts broken loose, but it took the breath out of me. Let's get these bolts all the way out here. Oh my. Oh my. Dang, it looks pretty freaking fresh to me. Alrighty then. My new slave cylinder doesn't really look anything like my old one. Look how much smaller it is. Still has the same width between where the screws are going to go into. This little shaft is also the same length as this one. You put it up to each other. So I think it'll work. It's just a whole different unit. It's not an OEM one, that's for sure. It's just going to mount a little different where the clutch line goes in. But hey, let's give it a shot. It was like 30 bucks, so let's see what happens. And now we're gonna replace the line here. Just gonna take it off the slave cylinder. Of course, it's gonna give me a problem. Probably should have broke this loose when it was bolted in, but you know, live and learn. It's teaching me today. Son, check it out now. And you probably noticed that I have a little jug here for the liquid that's gonna be spewing out everywhere. And I have some paper towels just in case. It's the banjo boat. It's gonna have 2 copper washers in here. Just a little bit of drippage. I can handle that. We got the slave cylinder out of here. We're gonna attempt to take off the stock clutch line now. First thing I'm gonna do is pull out this little tab holding on the actual hard line. So let's see how easy that is. You know, nothing's easy on the Subaru, so you know, you can already guess. Some wiggling. Oh God. Oh no. Tried to get away. But I got it. It won't hurt to put some penetrating oil on that little nut right there as well. And everywhere else on your engine. Just be sure to wipe up any excess spray that you might have, you know, got carried away with. Let it sit for a couple minutes. Hopefully it'll loosen it up so we can just break it free. No stripping. Everyone's happy. Alright, now that it's been soaking, I think it might be okay to try to break free. So I have my crescent wrench on this side just to kind of give it some more stability. And then I'm going to put my 10mm wrench on this nut over here. And cross your freaking fingers. Okay guys, I just broke it loose off camera. I didn't know it was going to come loose right then and there. So it took some heaving and hoeing, and I actually put on some penetrating oil a couple different times. You're just going to have to keep working at it. Careful not to strip the nut on there. But just a regular wrench worked fine. Alright, this next step I'm going to try to do pretty quick, because once I undo this hard line here, it will start leaking out. And I want to be sure to get this one hooked up right away. This is the Goodrich stainless steel line right here. Nice and fresh. It also gives you 2 copper washers, another bolt, and then this is going to take the place of that stubborn little insert that we had to pull out. So hopefully that's easier. Okay, got that hard line off. Let's get this new one screwed in there. Alright, seems to be feeding in nicely. Awesome. Man, I'm sweating in this garage. It gets hot in here. Now let's just snug up our new line here. Alright, that seems good enough. This is that little insert that the new clutch line came with. I will probably need some form of pliers to get this in. Maybe these bad boys? Maybe, we'll see. Nope, smaller. Let's give these ones a try. Ah, don't drop it. Nothing is easy on these Subarus. Budge. Yeah, I'm just gonna reuse this one. Little E-clip is too hard to hold on to. Just a little love tap might work. Not recommended, but it did work for me, so it was recommended for me. Good to go. Alright guys. Alright guys, currently it is the next day. I ran out of time last night, so I'm gonna get a fresh start here in the morning. So I've already got my new clutch line on, tightened down. But today we're gonna actually bench bleed the new slave cylinder, get some fluid in there. It'll kind of eliminate some time of pumping the clutch and bleeding it. So it should help us out here. I found this pretty cool technique online. Each slave cylinder comes with a little rubber stopper. So what I did was I poked a hole in the middle so I can put this straw in here. And then, as you can see, I also drilled a hole, just a basic cap with the straw, just like you get in any old spray can that it comes with. So I just put the straw in the holes. Notice how I drilled the holes towards the bottom so I can fill the middle reservoir here with brake fluid. So we're going to attempt to prime this with this little setup here. So let's see how that goes. Alright, everything's set up, good to go. I'm going to fill the cap with some brake fluid now. Be sure to get some extra paper towels, because things could get messy. Alright, see how the reservoir is filled up in the middle? Now I'm going to slowly start to compress this. Just pushing air out. Slowly let this thing back out. Just slowly start adding fluid, so push in Blowing all air out. Slowly release. Slowly pumping fluid inside the cylinder. A little bit of a leak there. That was my bad. I didn't have the straw all the way in. Rinse and repeat. Here's our new slave cylinder now. We're gonna just mount it back up. I also have some anti-seize on the end of this little nipple there, just so nothing seizes up. You'll get some smooth operation out of it. Line up your holes. Get them in there finger tight, just to secure the unit. And then we'll attach the clutch line there, where that red stopper is. Now we're gonna grab our new crush washers and our new banjo bolt. They came with the new line. So we'll put the banjo bolt in. Get the other washer on this side. Sure not to drop it. And we will go like this. Right in the top, right there. Alright. Let's torque that down. Unfortunately, I don't have my torque wrench today. I do know that the torque for the top bolt is 13.3 foot-pounds, and for the mounting bolts here, that is going to be 27.5 foot-pounds. So, if you have a torque wrench, you know, feel free to torque it down at the right specs, but I'm just going to have to use my judgment on this one today. So, everything's torqued down, and I guess let's start the bleeding process. So after bleeding for about, I don't know, a half hour or so, I realized that there was fluid coming out of the top right here. So I went on ahead and flipped this around so this is pointing up. I think that's the right way to do it. So let's try this again. Oh, brother. Alright guys, we are back. It is currently day 3 of this procedure here. I just couldn't find the time. Things kept coming up, so I had to stop and take care of that. So I'm back at it again today, and we're going to finish up the job. So I'm not sure where I left off. I think I was just going to start bleeding the system, so yeah, let's do that. Also, to make the bleeding process a little easier and less messy, I have this system of hoses. Comes through, collects in there, and then I have this little, it's like a vacuum pumper thing. Really helps out. It allows pressure to be in the line, so it sucks it right out when you break the bleeder valve free. Alright, I have the bleeder cap open, and I'm using my vacuum, and I'm sucking out all the air, and until I see just fluid coming out, there shouldn't be any more air stuck in the lines. Be sure to keep an eye on your clutch level reservoir as well. You don't want to suck air. And it just sucks all the fluid out, and then you close it back up, and pretty much just do that over and over and over until you're happy with the clutch firmness. Alright, I guess all there is to do now is put on that intercooler and tighten all the bolts up. Make sure your hoses are in the correct place. And we're gonna start this thing up and go for a test drive. So hopefully I did everything correct. She's alive. Slave cylinder and stainless steel braided line really stiffens up the clutch pedal and allows for smoother engagement. So couldn't be happier with the replacement. Well, thanks for watching this little video. This test drive is still ongoing, but I'm gonna head back home and clean up my garage area and get ready for the next repair. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace out, man. My car kind of feels faster too. I don't know if that's just all in my head, but damn. Actually feels a little quicker. Or I'm just used to driving my girlfriend's Honda Civic. I don't know which one. Wish me luck.